Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you in this daily morning live meditation session with me, Dhyanse. We're going through Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, so my salutations to the knowledge of yoga, to Patanjali for bringing this knowledge to us and for this opportunity for us to come together and make use of this knowledge, bring this to our life. Today we open the gates to the second pillar of Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the Sadhana Pada. The first pillar, the first phase, the first milestone that we had established for ourselves were a set of nearly 50 sutras on Samadhi Pada, in understanding what is Samadhi, what is right perception, how do we really see the truth and not get caught up with the mind, how do we actually go about managing the mind, what are the different types of concentrations and what one can have from the very minimum to the highest. And now is the second pillar, the Sadhana Pada, which is the practice of yoga, which is for everyone. So it allows from the very beginners to the very advanced practitioners, everyone to take off their practice from where they had left somewhere at some point of time, or they're beginning yoga for the very first time, so they can start with this Sadhana Pada and bring this science of yoga step by step in their life. When we say sadhana Pada, what does that mean? This means that you are aligning all your energies and you're aiming at something. Sadhana means to align and to aim. This is not done just for the sake of doing it. This is done when you have a goal in mind, when you have seen that your life has been all over the place and now it's time to align your life. Now it's time to align your energies. Now it's time to put some structure, some aim, some goal, some purpose in front of you so that you can work towards it in a more structured, step-by-step way. That is Sadhana Pada. So you can very much relate to the concept of Sadhana Pada, because in our life we also go by the logical structure, step-by-step, having a goal in mind. And that's where yoga is such a big success in the current mindset that we have, simply because it gels with how we think about things. It knows that it is best when we work towards a goal and we are aligning all our aspects of life towards that goal, towards that one aim that we have set for ourselves. So that is what Sadhana Pada offers. The goal of yoga is liberation. The goal of yoga is the very ultimate. But along the way, if for some reason you had put yourself a goal in life which you were unable to succeed, and you want now to work towards that goal, you want to have something manifested in your life which has been long pending for you, now is the time to pick that up again and put that alongside this journey of yoga, of Sadhana Pada. And as we go through these sutras of Sadhana Pada and these upcoming sessions, you can also relate this and map this out and move towards the goal that you have established for yourself in life. It could be a goal for better health. It could be a goal for better relationships. It could be a goal for anything that you want to achieve in life. You put that as a goal alongside the Sadhana Pada of yoga, and not only work towards your spiritual liberation, but also towards the practicalities of your life, and see whether all your energies are helping you finally achieving that goal, or is it still something that is all over the place. Let us begin this Sadhana Pada by a couple of sutras that Patanjali opens up this chapter, this pillar for us. He says, Tapaha Svadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhan Nani Kriya Yoga. What that means is, Kriya Yoga is a practical preliminary yoga, and it comprises of three things. The first is self-discipline, tapaha. Now this word tapaha is being explained in many different ways. Some call it austerity, some call it self-discipline. But the way I understand this word tapaha, it means to raise your energies to a point where change starts to happen. You see, when you have to change the form of metal, you have to purify gold, then you heat it up, and you heat it up to a point to when it starts losing its earlier shape, it starts purifying, and then you have this pure metal, the pure material, which then can be remolded into whichever shape you like. So tapaha is that process of raising your energies, heating your system up to that point where you lose the past. You can lose the form and the past and are finally ready for that change, for that mold to happen towards what you want, towards the new that you desire. So tapaha is needed. It's a state of heightened energies. It comprises a lot of things, but for simplicity's sake, think of it as the mindset. That now you have to have that mindset that in order to bring change, you have to be ready to let go of the past. If you're not yet ready to let go of the past, how can you mold yourself and bring the new in life? And also to be in that state, to be in that flexibility of mind, to be in that openness of mind, so that the new can penetrate, so that the new can happen, so that the change can actually come to your life. The second component of this is of this path of Kriya Yoga, which is something that you can do. So far, yoga was all about what is yoga, what are all these samadhis, but now it's about time to do things. So Patanjali gives these steps as Kriya Yoga, meaning something that you can do. The second thing he says what you can do is self-study. Self-study does not mean that you now go through thousands of books. There are people who have for themselves set a goal of reading one book every week and thinking that the more knowledge that they acquire, the more intelligent they will become, the more successful they'll become. Partly it is true, but partly it is also not understanding the nature of life. You cannot get the knowledge always from the outside. No matter what you read in a lifetime, if you see your life is so short, how many books can you read? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000? That doesn't make you rich in knowledge of oneself. So at some point of time, you have to turn your awareness towards yourself. And that is the self-study which Patanjali here is referring. That is something you can do, which is to become aware of yourself. In every moment of your daily life, study yourself. Have awareness of yourself be aware of your actions, be aware of your movements, be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your emotions, and constantly see, constantly observe yourself how you are. Not to become self-conscious, not to start then restricting yourself in behaving in a certain way, but simply remaining as an observer, as a watcher of your entire system, of your entire organism, of your entire conduct. And then you don't need any morality, then you don't need any rules from anybody, because this process of observation is self-correcting. The more you see how you are, the more your energies start to align, because you start to become more and more disciplined. And this reveals so many things about your body, about your mind, about everything that you call me, myself. That is real knowledge. That is the knowledge that you need to bring the change that you want in your life. And the third component of Kriya Yoga is surrender to God. That's what is proposed by Patanjali. Now this aspect, surrender to God, is multifaceted, and we can start with very simple understanding of this facet and of this aspect of Kriya Yoga that we can practice, that we can bring into our life. If you think of the word surrender, we are immediately turned off by the word, because somehow we have associated surrender with putting our effort down, putting our will down, and somehow losing. Surrender is somehow we have associated in our minds with losing. And secondly, see that surrender is always used in the context of if there is some other, if there is an enemy, that you surrender to an enemy. But in this case, there is no enemy. In life, we have been made to conceive that there is some other, there is some enemy out there, and we are constantly trying to fight that enemy. If you observe your life, the deepest motivation of all your actions is somehow arising out of you fighting with an invisible enemy. And you're constantly fighting, you're constantly in stress. Sometimes you think that you have won, sometimes you think that you're losing, and all this is just a projection of your own mind. So when the topic, when the need to surrender arises, you have to first of all understand that there is no enemy in life. When you understand that there is no enemy, surrender becomes very easy. The first step to surrender, the biggest hurdle to surrender, is already overcome, because you see there is nobody, there's no enemy on the other side, there's nobody that you're surrendering to. When we say surrender to God according to the Sutras of Patanjali, it simply means to be in the highest surrender. It means to be in a surrender where you have let go of yourself to complete rhythm, harmony of this existence. It doesn't mean that you stop willing things. It doesn't mean that your own wish, own desires are somehow not playing in the equation that you would like to play. It simply means that every moment you are constantly in deep harmony with existence, in deep alignment with existence, and you're flowing along with the existence. Your actions, your flow of life is not different, any degree different than the flow of existence. Your entire flow is 100% in line with the flow of existence. And how do you recognize the flow of existence? By being aware of yourself, by being aware of this existence. So it all comes down to you training your awareness, you raising your energies, the energies of awareness, to become aware of yourself and to become aware of this existence, and in that awareness letting go, in that awareness becoming silent for a few moments, leaning back and just being a witness of what's happening all around you, all inside of you. With that, let us practice this witnessing, let us practice this awareness, let us go into this surrender with existence and move towards silence for the next minutes. Please close your eyes. Make sure your posture is comfortable. Your back upright. Your body relaxed. Face relaxed. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale from the nose. And also exhale from the nose. And with every breath, let your body rest. Let your mind settle. In this moment, become aware of whatever your senses are bringing to your awareness. The noises, the sounds, the smell, the feeling on your skin, the light in front of your closed eyes. And don't be in any conflict with what your senses perceive. Be in harmony with it. Be in a surrender, in deep harmony with whatever your senses perceive in this moment. In this awareness of your sense perceptions, remind yourself there is no enemy from the outside disturbing you in this moment, hurting you in this moment. And everything is in harmony with each other, in harmony with existence. Allowing your energies to open. Allowing your awareness to gently move inwards from your sense perceptions to yourself, to your inner space. And as you become aware of your inner space, remind yourself there's no enemy inside of you. So there's no reason to have any conflict. Everything inside of you is in deep harmony. Rest in that realization. Just the way it is, your inner space. It's in harmony with existence. Let it happen. Allow it to be just the way it is. Simply remain aware and witness your inner space. Everything happening on its own accord. You're simply the observer in complete surrender. in complete harmony. Let these glimpses of inner harmony become trust in you. And in that trust, let go more and more and more. In these moments, be thankful that you can witness the flow of life inside of you, outside, and you have this chance to be with the flow of life in complete harmony, without any struggle, without trying to impose anything on top of it. If you wish, you may continue to sit in silence, to sit in this meditative surrender for the next minutes, or very gently and slowly you may open your eyes. Maintaining this sense of surrender, yet centeredness, silence and awareness, and take this to your daily routines. I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central European Time. Namaste.